See, a man don't always come out and tell you what he's thinking. Oh no, he quiet with it. He's strategic. He watching you, studying you, trying to figure you out without asking direct questions. And when a man is really into you, he's asking questions in his mind that you don't even hear, but your actions. Oh, they answering loud and clear. When a man is into you, one of the biggest things happening in his mind is that quiet test of your standards. And the truth is, he's not going to sit you down and ask you directly. He's going to observe you. He's going to watch how you carry yourself, how you respond to attention, and most importantly, what you tolerate. Because to him, your standards tell him everything he needs to know about your value. Now listen closely, because this is where a lot of women get it wrong. A man doesn't measure your worth by what you say you deserve. He measures it by what you accept. You can talk all day about wanting respect, loyalty, and consistency. But if you entertain confusion, mixed signals, and half effort, he's already got his answer. He sees that your words and your actions don't match, and in his mind, that lowers the level of investment he's willing to give. Not because he doesn't like you, but because he's trying to understand the kind of woman you are. A man who is serious about you is always serious calculating whether you are someone he needs to step up for or someone he can stay casual with, and that decision is based on your standards. Now, here's the powerful part. When you don't chase, when you don't over-explain yourself, and when you don't accept behavior that doesn't align with what you want, you create a certain energy. That energy tells him, without a single word, that you are not easily accessible and not easily impressed. And that right there, that makes him pause. That makes him think, because men are wired to value what feels earned, not what comes too easy. And it's not about being difficult or playing games. It's about being clear within yourself. When your standards are solid, your behavior becomes consistent. You don't bend depending on the situation or the person. And a man can feel that. He can see that you're not trying to prove your worth because you already know it. That's the moment when his curiosity turns into respect, and respect is always the foundation of real attraction. When a man is truly into you, he's not just listening to what you say. He's studying how you respond. That's where the real answers are for him. Because words can be practiced, words can be sweet, and words can be misleading. But your reactions, those are real. Those are unfiltered. And that's exactly what he's paying attention to. He's watching how you handle situations. When things don't go perfectly, when plans change, or when something slightly disappoints you. In those moments, he's learning who you really are. Now understand this clearly. A man is always asking himself, is she emotionally steady or is she unpredictable? Because emotional consistency matters more than people realize. If every small issue turns into a big reaction, if your mood shifts quickly, or if you respond with pressure instead of patience, he starts to feel uncertain. And uncertainty makes a man step back, not step forward. It's not that he doesn't like you, it's that he doesn't know what version of you he's going to get next. On the other hand, when you respond with calmness, when you show understanding instead of immediate frustration, that sends a powerful message. It tells him that you're grounded, that you're in control of yourself, and that being around you feels stable. And let me tell you something, stability is attractive. A man who sees that he can have a peaceful interaction with you, even when things aren't perfect, begins to feel more comfortable investing his time and energy. He's also paying attention to how you react to him specifically. If he takes a little longer to reply, if he's busy, or if he doesn't meet every expectation right away, your response matters. If you jump to conclusions, accuse, or create tension, he feels pressure. But if you maintain your composure and don't immediately assume the worst, he sees maturity. And maturity builds trust faster than anything else. At the end of the day, your reactions are answering questions he may never ask out loud. They show him whether you bring ease or stress into his life. And a man who is thinking long term will always move closer to the woman who makes him feel calm, understood, and respected without needing constant explanation. When a man is truly into you, one of the deepest things he's quietly asking himself is whether he feels respected in your presence. Now understand this, respect for a man is not optional, it's essential. You might think attraction is what keeps him interested, but respect is what determines how far he's willing to go with you. And the truth is, he's not going to ask you directly, do you respect me? He's going to feel it through your behavior, your tone, and the way you handle him in different situations. He notices the small things, the way you speak to him when you're upset, the way you acknowledge his efforts, the way you respond when he shares something important to him. If he feels dismissed, ignored, or constantly corrected, something inside him starts to shut down. Even if he likes you, even if he's attracted to you, that lack of respect creates distance. A man doesn't want to feel like he's being measured all the time or like he's never quite enough. Now, on the flip side, when a man feels respected, it does something powerful. It makes him want to show up better. It makes him want to do more for you. Not because he has to, but because he wants to. When you listen to him, when you value his opinions, when you allow him to express himself without turning it into a challenge, he feels seen. And when a man feels seen and appreciated, his level of effort naturally increases. This doesn't mean you have to agree with everything he says or lower your standards. That's not what respect is. Respect is about how you communicate, how you carry yourself, and how you treat him as a person. You can disagree and still be respectful. You can have boundaries and still make him feel valued. And here's the key thing. A man will always gravitate toward the woman who makes him feel like he matters. Not just when things are easy, but especially when there's tension or disagreement. Because in those moments, your behavior shows him whether you truly respect him or not. And that answer will shape everything about how he moves with you. When a man is into you, He's not just paying attention to one or two moments. He's watching for consistency in who you are, because consistency is what builds trust in his mind. Anybody can be impressive for a day. Anybody can say the right things in the beginning, but a man is asking himself, is this who she really is, or is this just a phase? And the only way he gets that answer is by observing you over time. He's noticing if your words match your actions. If you say you value honesty, are you honest even when it's uncomfortable? If you say you don't like games, do you actually avoid playing them? Or do you fall into the same patterns when emotions get involved? These things matter more than grand gestures, because for a man, predictability in character creates a sense of security. He wants to know that the version of you he likes today is the same version he's going to get tomorrow. Now, let's be real. Inconsistency creates confusion. If one day you're warm, understanding, and easy to talk to, and the next day you're distant, reactive, or unclear, it puts him in a position where he doesn't know how to approach you. And when a man feels like he has to constantly figure you out instead of feeling comfortable around you, he starts to pull back. Not because he's lost interest, but because he doesn't feel grounded. On the other hand, when you are consistent in your energy, your standards, and your behavior, something powerful happens. You become reliable in his eyes. He starts to trust that what he sees is real. And trust is what allows him to open up more, invest more, and take things further with you, because now he's not second guessing everything. You've shown him stability through your actions. Consistency also shows emotional strength. It tells him that you're not easily shaken, that you don't change depending on circumstances or moods. And that kind of presence is rare. It creates a sense of calm that draws him in naturally. At the end of the day, a man doesn't need perfection. What he's looking for is clarity. He wants to understand who you are without confusion. And when your actions line up with your words over time, you answer that silent question for him in the strongest way possible. When a man is truly into you, one of the quiet things he's constantly asking himself is whether being around you brings him peace or pressure. Now, this right here is deeper than most people realize, because a man can be attracted to you, he can enjoy your company, he can even care about you, but if he feels overwhelmed, stressed, or emotionally drained when he's with you, he's going to start pulling